singles matches this season. The first time a huge upset, the second time he did it easily and it didn't feel like an upset. Alfredo Morales, Dave, playing with a huge bone bruise on his right hand and a big cut on his left hand. Now, he won't tell you that, but Dave, as an announcer, I have the right to inspect the hands of every player, just like a referee in boxing inspects the gloves and the tape. Well, I did. Opened up his hands and saw, Dave, that he's dealing with quite a bit of turmoil on those moneymakers.
Okay, how do the hands of I hate to even ask this question.
Why?
How does the hands of Samson Hernandez look?
Excellent.
Manicured,
yes.
Ready to go?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, the referee is now ready to go. He had to get his arm bandaged up.
Yeah.
Now we're waiting for that kickoff from the referee, Shorty Ruiz.
Hey, Alfred, 1 or 2? They already got one. He's right there. Don't tell me how to do my job. I got you.
Referee saying, don't tell me how to do my job. I got you.
Dave, this is a no-nonsense referee.
Hey,
Most think the best in the business as far as calling a match.
If it's an obvious, here's your warning. If you do not move, I'm gonna call it unavoidable. But I'm gonna let you guys play the most I can. And if you take the shot, you took the shot. If you don't want it, just hold your hand up. Okay, just hold your hand up, and I would. Yeah.
Now this is the key right here. I'm looking. He didn't say hold the hand up. I'm going to call it in your favor, but hold the hand up and I'm looking. That's kind of the key, Dave, because you can say later, hey, he held his hand up just like the referee said, but the referee also backed it up by saying, I will be looking for it. I'm not necessarily going to give it to you if you hold your hand up.
I loved what Alfredo said in that post-game interview after his quarterfinal win. He said, I know Samson's coming for me. I know he's going to play as hard as he can, and I'm going to do the same.
Which is odd, too, here as we get ready for this.
0-0.
You know I'm live right now, right?
Oh, and Samson starts off with a very lucky miss-hit, floating.
But Dave, going back
corner
to
kill.
What you said about, I know that Samson's coming after me, but then after he made that statement, nice shot right there, the whole crowd has said the same thing, that Samson was after him. So I guess the word is out.
1-1.
Gosh. How does Alfredo not get hit by that ball, but he loses the rally anyway? High-level play right there.
2-1.
Boy, that ball just drifts out, too.
Well, he hit that with the inside-out spin, and it will hit the front wall and take off towards the sideline.
Very quickly, 3-1. Samson Hernandez wearing the yellow jersey.
Point.
And Fredo Morales wearing the blue.
And, Dave, this is a very different match than we saw a couple months ago in Marina Park that was on a backcourt. Samson looked very flat there, and here he looks very good.
Point. Point, side out. Two, 4. Point.
That's the third left-hand kill shot air we've seen from Samson this morning. Now afternoon.
Point.
A lot of points being scored here.
Out. Thank you.
Back and forth, really quick, fast rally. You would say this is sort of like a gunning type performance between the two, right, Dave? I mean,
gunning?
Well, they're
4-4.
They're gunning for each other.
There's a lot of offense here. It's like you would say the gunner. Paul Brady's the gunner, but
they're playing the run and shoot. The famous Detroit Lions offense with Andre Ware. I know one of your favorite all-time quarterbacks.
I like his. Yeah, let's just stop there.
Point. That's your first time out, Sam. Score is 6-4. Alfred. Good playing.
Alfredo, Dave, looked like maybe he was going to be on the wrong end of the Machines Express, but then he turns it around just as quickly. Now he leads 6-4, forces Samson to call his first time out.
Serves are good. The only bad one is shoreline.
And Dave, how hard is it when a guy just seems to have your number? I mean, a guy beats you twice in a row. Now he comes out here and just keeps doing what he's been doing. You're the machine. This isn't supposed to happen to you.
No, and maybe sometimes this is one of those things where it goes back to what we said earlier. He said, I know that he's gunning for me. Yeah. And he said it in a casual way. I'm going to gear up and do what I need to do as well. Then, after he said that, everyone we came in contact says, oh, well, Samson's gunning for him. I mean, he's really going to put him down there. So I think since that message is out, Samson might be a little bit overgunned. Yeah, I'm going to go out there and try too hard. I'm going to do what I need to do, but I'm going to really try to make a statement because I've told everybody I'm going to make a statement. Well,
and I think everyone's telling him he needs to make a
statement.
Yeah,
and I think it's just it's in the head of now I need to try harder, but you can't manufacture the gun.
Great shot from Samson.
It's a point, tied out. 5-6.
Samson Hernandez in the yellow has 5. Alfredo Morales has 6. I like that shot. This will stay in. I love it, Dave.
Oh, my gosh. What a rally, and ends with Samson crashing into that yellow fence.
And we have a replay of this. Watch this, Dave.
No shouting through rallies, please.
Watch this
here.
Let
the rally end, you guys can shout. Thank you.
I wanted to shout during that rally.
Look at that shot there as Samson just slams into the barrier over to the left side.
Wow.
7-5.
The referee has to shout to tell the players or the fans not to shout. I don't know which one's more annoying.
Point, side out.
Beautiful shot there from...
Samson's known for his power pass shots. We've seen him now hit one with both hands to win points.
Thank you. 6-7. Out.
Worst feeling, Dave, in handball as a server. And Fredo gets hit by the ball in the face from a racquetball court. But, Dave, you serve that ball a couple inches out. Give up your advantage. Now you're down by 2.
Point.
And Dave Alfredo with a punch fist pass.
Timeout.
And Dave, you have to think these timeouts are to try and catch his breath, not so much for strategic. You know, Dave, Samson Hernandez's father just had open heart surgery, so we want to wish him the best. He's one of the staples out here at every event. I think he's been one of the greatest fans in the history of the WPH outdoor. Great fan of his son, and really
he's not
a legend.
Here.
He's not, and
that's good actually in a lot of ways because he's the type of character that would come out and put himself at risk even more under the condition that he's in. And you know, heat, hot weather, blood, heart, they don't really go to hand in hand. And pun not really intended there, but you're right. You know, he's the biggest supporter of WPH Outdoor, and then obviously the biggest supporter of his son, Samson. And this is the first time in 6 years he's not been here.
Yeah, we miss him and hope for a very full recovery for him.
A speedy recovery, no doubt about that. But also that we also hope that Samson Hernandez is not sidelined with the thought of knowing that his dad is recovering. We saw that at Marina Park, Samson was completely not altogether there.
No.
9-6.
Score here is 9-6. Fredo in the lead. Sometimes distraction is a good thing for a pro athlete.
Side out.
Other times it's just not good at all.
Fredo had that shot lined up. Very easy put away for him, and he misses it. Would have been 10-6, instead 7-9. Big difference, Dave.
7-9.
Fredo hit the wrong shot there, but Samson didn't make him pay. Brought the ball back to the middle of the court. Didn't keep the ball in front of himself like he should have done there, and he pays the price with a lob that towers over his head.
10-7.
Oh.
Point.
And Dave, it's almost like when Roger Federer used to play Andy Murray, and Andy Murray would just beat him. And you'd say, how can that be? This is the greatest player that's ever lived.
Point, play 7.
But he had his number there. Not anymore.
This is game point. Fredo just needs that right there, and Samson doesn't let him take it.
Out.
Samson will need to score 4 consecutive points. 5 if you include the last point he just made.
Well, we saw him do it in a 4-wall court with this same big ball in Tucson, Arizona against Sal Duenas. Exact same scenario. And he doesn't do it there, and the game goes to
3 minutes, guys.
Alfredo Morales. And I would expect a different Samson Hernandez in game 2. We're going to take a quick break. But you're right. It could be any one of these guys. They both have geared up for it.
You know, I don't know that there's much more Samson can do. Alfredo's using so much variety here. You saw him go to the lob in those last couple of rallies. He hit a number of great kills. He also made a lot of great gets, and he's serving well. So I think if you're Samson, you have to hope that Alfredo starts to feel the heat, and maybe his shot selection and execution dwindles just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe so. Let's take a break. We'll talk about it here in just a few as we give you more action right around the corner on ESPN3.
Since 1979, Tucson Rolling Shutters has manufactured energy-saving products to fit your lifestyle. Our rolling shutters are the ultimate in energy savings, security, and comfort. Our exterior solution screens reduce energy costs by protecting your home from the sun's harmful heat and glare. We ship our products to authorized dealers all across North America. For a dealer near you or to become a dealer, see our website, TucsonRollingShutters.com.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Stephen Harper, Military Racquetball Federation, here in Dallas, Texas, at the National Wheelchair Veterans Games and the PVA, Paralyzed Veterans of America, hosting another outdoor event, yet this time it's indoor at the Dallas Convention Center. We've been doing this, teaching veterans racquetball for the last 3 to 5 years now, but this is the first year that we're able to take this thing at a national level. With the help of Tom Brown of the PVA and Dave Tussenrud of the National Wheelchair Veterans Game and the Veteran Affairs, and Michael Welch, who have been key to help us get a grant that allows us to do this. So we've been around the country, as you know, hosting these clinics to a lot of veterans, but this is the first time that we've actually done an event where veterans in a wheelchair have been able to participate in the sport. Racquetball, as you guys know, is definitely a competitive sport, but we at MRF, Military Racquetball Federation, are taking this thing to a different level. We're using racquetball as an adaptive sports, but also as rehabilitation. And I got it together with a lot of folks to help bring this together. So with the help of Echelon and E-Force and Racket World, Home Depot, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, and the several districts, we were able to collaborate and come together to host an event like this.
We are back here for game number 2 after Samson Hernandez loses game number 1. 3-wall ball outdoor World Handball, Racquetball, Paddleball Championships. As the players are ready to play, referee lost the ball. Now, that's not a normal thing to have happen, but...
Well, as long as he didn't deflate the ball.
You hear a lot of booing out here, and it's not because of that ball situation. It's really more so because of...
Well, there's a CPRT match going on, and there was a mulligan just used.
All right. You got a couple? I'll get them right now.
That being the classic pro
0-0.
racquetball.
Well, I like that mulligan idea. But now that somebody else thought of it,
Point, side out.
never be used by me.
1-0.
It's 1-0 here as we start game number 2.
And
Point, side out.
1 error each thus far in this second game. Both guys missing from the front court. Felt like about a 5-minute break there, Dave. I think our referee being lenient.
Or maybe understanding.
Yep. And Dave, there's nothing harder in this heat than chasing those lobs back. And another error from Fredo.
Fredo had some choices there earlier and decided to go with more of those lobs instead of the power out the doors, and I think he paid the price for it there at the end. Wow.
Point.
Jeff Kastner just about found a new profession. That ball just nearly got him right square in the forehead.
Fredo with the pre-dive, but it's not going to work.
Point.
Nightmare start for Alfredo.
It's the first time out, Alfred.
Who was in control after winning that first game. Now he loses for the first 5 rallies and points here in this second game. Now, you remember, Dave, these two played what I believe has been the match of the year in 2015, where it was Alfredo having match point against Sampson in Venice Beach. Sampson diving in, keeping the rally alive and forcing a tiebreaker, then going up 8-3 in that tiebreaker to 11, and Alfredo coming all the way back to win that 11-9.
Bringing out rally scoring is very difficult to have any type of deficit to come back to get a win, and if you do it, it really is exceptional. And look at the crowd here, Dave. I mean, we have...
What are you wearing? That looks girly. You do not wear that.
A very big crowd.
Wait, who's this though? Who's this though? Who the fuck is, what's this? You don't wear this. I know, what's up?
We need to make sure to mute the ref's microphone if we could. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Same thing.
I mean, we really don't need to hear all of that.
Lose or win, they make me ref.
And you hear some chants for Fredo. Almost like Dave when Rocky went to Russia. He won the crowd over.
I'm in.
Because this is a pro Sampson crowd. He's the favorite here. Not just the favorite in this match. I mean the crowd favorite. He's a legend at just 25, Dave. One of the most illustrious careers in handball already. Still going.
Yeah, Sampson's a big guy, and he was getting bigger, but it looks like he has lost a little bit of weight.
And Dave, that's kind of your department.
Getting
big guy, no, was bigger, now lost a lot of weight.
2-4.
Oh. You'd never be able to wear those beautiful white pleated pants if you hadn't.
Oh, they make them in all sizes.
I thought you were going to a disco when I saw you this morning.
3-4.
Great shot from Sampson. And he forces a souvenir.
The point, side out.
Now, Dave, in baseball, when you get a pitch right down the middle, you turn into a souvenir. But in handball, it's when you're on the run, usually, that you hit souvenir balls.
Heel.
Oh, I thought that was out,
That's
Dave.
the point side out.
I thought the ball was out. And you know I'm generous, Dave. I always think everything's in, if you haven't noticed, but I did think that was out.
Excuse me, hold on.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Okay.
4-5.
But you know, last night, did you hear about that match with Connell McGavitt?
No.
Fredo won 21-20
Point.
last night against the
God.
young Irish phenom who does not play three-wall big ball.
It's his
And
shot, though.
young Connell fell on the last rally of the game, slipped on something that was on the court and fell and lost that match due to the fall.
Unbelievable. Connell, Dave, was messing to me whether he should play in the C's or the C's and the B's. And I said, no, you're from Ireland. You're going to be playing in the highest divisions possible.
Well, guess what? He was 1 point away from being in a much better position today.
Oh,
And it was all because of a fall on something on the court. That might. No,
We're
it
going to
doesn't
replay
make
that.
Oh, my goodness.
You crossed the shot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I agree with Shorty here.
But
I felt it
it's
was
such a
an
late
avoidable.
call, though.
Oh.
So late.
Watch this here.
Next one, I'll call it an avoidable. You crossed it and shot, it's an avoidable. Next one.
I agree
Warning.
with the referee, and there is no warnings on
out
avoidables.
the
They
way.
just
He made
are.
the warning before the
Cross
match
the
started.
shot.
Before the match, you said this is your penalty.
Yeah, now that's like I believe. Watch this, Dave,
It was far out.
and you'll see exactly
That's
what
a replay.
is being
6-4.
said here. Watch this. You can't see if you can't see it.
But I see that in almost every play
Right
in big
there's
ball.
another one, another cross.
But that's what I'm saying. You'd have to call an avoidable on every play.
Okay, big setup. Sampson showboated just a little bit. He looked back to see
Point side out.
where Alfredo Morales was at, and that's a showboaty
Second
move
timeout,
because he
Alfred.
didn't need to do that. He looked back and then said, "I'm going to see if you're here. I'm going to go over there." But
Well, sometimes the hardest shot,
shot.
particularly with the big ball, are the ones that are moving that slowly because you have to generate your own pace and you have so much time to think about it. And this game is so much about reaction, and Sampson obviously not reacting there. That was almost like a golf shot. I mean, he had that lined up like it was on a tee, and then he did what I do and hit it out of bounds, or in this case, into the ground.
I think he was playing with the crowd a little bit, Dave. There's no reason for him to have to look back to see where Fredo was at. Like, I'm going to be so stealth, I'm going to look to see where you're at and then hit it where you ain't. Well, he hit it into the ground where nobody ain't, especially the point.
Yeah.
The point ain't there.
Yeah. I came home from baseball camp, Dave, when I was 8 years old, and I kept asking my dad, what's ant mean? They keep saying ant.
And your dad said?
Said, well, maybe this isn't the right place for you. Got back on the handball court.
Thank God for the sport.
Very, very fortunate for that day.
Well, I know that God is listening, so.
Yeah. And how good must that feel, Dave, to have hundreds of people chanting your name?
Well, how good does it feel if you're doing the pro racquetball match on the side court to hear that right in the middle of your rally?
Well, those guys provide their own soundtrack, yelling after every point. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong.
Now you see the referee have an extended warning talk here with these two players. Sampson Hernandez at 6, Alfredo Morales at 4. This is a very important match. Determined.
And Dave, isn't there a ball up there in the corner? Alfredo sees it.
Yeah, but we play with those on the court like that. You don't want anybody to steal your ball. I think it's been there for the whole second game. That's the sad part. Oh, wow, good first serve
Oh,
there.
my goodness.
No, that was a great serve.
Yeah, but
he had
Sampson just shanks completely.
Yeah, but I'm surprised he even got there.
Huh.
Another great serve.
Oh, my goodness.
Doesn't it look like Alfredo kind of had a little hitch there before
Well, I
that
think
swing?
he thought about lobbing it. At the last second, he decided to go low. He never really committed to that shot. Both guys, Dave, trading some errors, points that you think they should have won that they're not.
7-6.
Sampson Hernandez wearing that number 10 yellow jersey. That signifies his 10th yellow jersey win. He's up to about 27 now.
Is that the lead all time, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Used to be every tournament he would play, he'd bring home at least one, whether that was doubles or singles. Sometimes 2.
Yeah. Wow.
See, that's pretty. That's why we call him the machine.
And it's all stemming from that left-hand air from Alfredo. 3 straight points now for Sampson.
9-6.
Oh, and Sampson dips one in, Dave.
Well, that's another circle.
7-9.
Oh, and I think that was a screen and a hinder, Dave. I thought it was both, and the ref doesn't give him the replay.
I didn't. I thought it was good.
Oh, I thought he was blocked out completely. I don't think he saw the ball.
Yeah, I thought it was just a point.
First time out.
I'd like to see the replay here, and we will.
Yeah, let's look at the replay.
Right. We'll disagree again.
Alfred, serving.
Fredo goes up here, up front. Yeah, no, the ball bounced 3 or 4 feet in front of him. I mean, not even close. I wish it were closer. I'd like to lose an argument once in a while. It's a humbling experience.
Yeah.
It's
no,
like
you have a lot of humility, though, so I don't think you need to lose that argument.
Been a good one to lose.
Yeah.
I've lost better ones to nicer people, though. If that means anything, I'm sure that maybe not. What a beautiful day today, Dave. I know it's scorching hot, but...
Well, it's beautiful for you sitting right next to this air conditioning. I'm sure it is. The other 2,000 people out here may not necessarily agree with you.
Well, you know, they had the same opportunities I had today. I went out to I went out to Lowe's and I purchased an air conditioner.
Oh.
I mean, you could do it. You have a checking account. You have a check book. Probably have some sort of credit or a hedge fund.
Yeah.
Finger money. I used mine on an air conditioner, which, by the way, you're also stealing some of that.
Not really. I mean, if you wanted to switch seats, you'll see just how little I'm stealing.
Well, you are getting some of it.
No, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you there. Unless that some of it means 115-degree Santa Ana winds.
Well,
so.
Wow, that took off. That took some wood off the front of that wall. Do you see it pop up, Dave? Or I know your eyesight is horrible, but
yeah,
look at that mark that was left on the court over there as he popped off a huge piece of wood. Sampson, even the racquetball players haven't done that this weekend. It's going to stick it. Oh, I thought it would hit that side wall, and I think everybody else did too. It didn't, though. Went out the right door, and now Hernandez gets another point.
And a timeout from Alfredo. And, Dave, this is the point in the match where it could go either way. Sampson Hernandez with a 1-point lead going to 12, leading 10-9, but Alfredo just 3 points from winning this match. And I know you've said, Dave, in big ball, you'd rather be returning the serve.
Yeah.
So Alfredo will come in returning, looking to tie the score at 10.
I would rather be returning the serve, but that's relative to the players that I would be playing in an actual tournament. I wouldn't be up against the best serve artist, second best serve artist, or third best in the game like we are here, where we've seen some aces out the side door. I don't think I'd want to be in. I'd rather be serving with that at my disposal, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They would obviously rather be serving. Me, on the other hand, the slow stuff I see, I would rather be returning. There's also no two-wall serves out here, so that eliminates any crazy out-the-door type shots, but we're still seeing some amazing aces still. But nonetheless, can't get any better than ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. And speaking of apps, As proud supporters of the WPH and
Resume
war,
play.
R2 Sports has the ultimate app for the sports fan. Keep up to date with the latest results from handball, racquetball, paddleball. R2 Sports gives you instant access to a diverse range of sports and tournaments. Get live updates instantly on your handset.
10-9.
Follow your favorite handball, racquetball, paddleball players as well. Check their rankings and their latest results. R2sports.com. That's the letter R, the number 2, sports.com.
Big setup for Sampson, and he puts it away now at game point here to
Game
tie
point,
this
play
match
nine.
at 1 game apiece.
Good
And
ball.
why does
Yeah.
Fredo leave that, Dave?
Yeah.
3 minutes, guys.
He had the whole open court. He could have hit some sort of cross-court pass and taken over the rally, but instead he just lets it drop well inside the line.
We are going to take a quick break here, Dave, and get ready for game number 3. Want to give a shout out to baby Henry, who is watching this live broadcast. We'll have more coming up right around the corner. We want you to stick close here on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app, ESPN3 providing the live stream from the Stratosphere Hotel Tower Casino, as we have good handball coming up. Game number 3, the tiebreaker, right around the corner. For Dave Fink, my name is Dave Vincent. Kara Mack, stick with us here on ESPN.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
To Vegas. When did having a six-pack become more important than drinking a six-pack? It's time for the real people to take Vegas back. Right here, right now. Who's with me?
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family.
Ooh.
So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Now, when you take the ultimate leap of faith from the top of the stratosphere, you could be our 200,000th sky jumper. An extreme adrenaline rush is just the beginning. You could win a 7-day Mexican cruise, a 3-night stay at Stratosphere, and a Take Vegas Back party package. Put sky jump at the top of your bucket list. Book your jump now at the Stratosphere. Visit stratospherehotel.com for details.
There are no shortcuts to the top. Do you have what it takes? Desire is something within you and only you. For when the ground falls from your feet, will you be the one to rise up? It's a long road to the top, but that's just what it takes to become pro.
Welcome back to the Stratosphere on the Watch ESPN 3.
0-0.
Alfredo Morales
0-0.
serving first here in this tiebreaker to 12 against the machine, Samson Hernandez. These two have started probably the best rivalry in big ball handball. Right now, Alfredo defeating Samson in their last 2 matches this summer.
1-0.
Now leads 1-0 here in this third game. And Samson with just a terrible error. He had the whole court there. Didn't need to hit that anywhere near the line, but instead he steers it about 6 inches wide, now trails 2-0.
2-0. Time out. First time out, Alfred.
And Alfredo feeling the effects of the heat, already calling his first timeout.
Score is 1-2.
And he could be on the verge, if not he's already there, of heat exhaustion. Alfredo has that look of somebody that just cannot tolerate this heat any longer. Just had a 4-minute break, played just 3 points, and now already calling his first timeout. And it's not because we've had a lot of long rallies, Dave, as we welcome you back in.
It's because it's hot.
I can tell you, Dave, heat exhaustion is a very serious thing.
That's why we're allowing this match to go a little longer than we normally would.
Once you have it, though, there's no break that's going to help. It's only an IV drip. And a couple weeks off.
Well, we're right at the 1 hour mark. The last match ended exactly at this time 1 hour ago. And here we are still in the match that was scheduled right after that. So may have to do some bumping, as they say.
Deserve water?
And it's going to be pretty slow moving forward here. And that actually benefits Juan Santos in a way, and his counterpart in that other semifinal. They get a little bit more rest than these guys got from their quarterfinal match. And boy, look at Samson. He's just laboring over there as he gets that ball in the shade.
1-2.
Our referee calling Alfred.
And Dave, Alfredo really struggling now.
Thank you.
We're all together at 2. Really struggling, but tied at 2.
But the heat exhaustion just now kicking in. I'm kind of worried about him.
He just lets that go, and that's smart. I'm kind of worried about you.
3-2.
Oh.
Point.
And you see Alfredo now looks like he's cramping a little bit in the legs.
4-2.
And this just fuels Samson.
Yeah, a lot of players sometimes. Look at that get right there from Samson. Does the pre-dive. Almost hit his tooth on the ground. Watch this replay, Dave.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
This is a shot he should have made.
Isn't that amazing coverage right there as he slams into the side of the wall as we get back into it? Oh, my.
The point. Side out.
I think everybody wishes they had that shot. That's a little flick. That's kind of a Sean Lenning into the left corner with an open palm. And you know, Samson feels so good right now. He's just throwing the ball into play. Like he's just not focusing on the serve at all. He's so confident with all of his shots. He's just throwing the ball into play, and he's just focusing on what he's going to do in the rally. And he is the machine right now.
6-3, Samson's up.
Score here is 6-3 in the tiebreaker as Samson Hernandez is like the machine right now in Las Vegas as the fans are all in the shade. The players,
You have any money on the line?
not so much.
Okay,
I have a feeling, though, that one of these days, you know how we make all these improvements each year, one of these days this will all be in the shade. Just all the improvements that they make, I can see them doing something like that one day.
I don't know how that could be unless we played, as I said, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. That would be one way to do it.
Hey, where's Wolf?
That would really throw off your circadian rhythm, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. Especially as long as we played it here, it's okay. In Juneau, Alaska, it would still be daylight.
So it wouldn't be okay here. It would be okay there.
It'd be okay here because 7 p.m. is 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. is dark. There, it's daylight overnight. You know that.
I did.
Referee giving the players some extended time here.
Alfredo's out of timeouts now, and he's got 9 points to win this match.
Our camera crew gets no timeouts.
They're amazing.
Ball still in the play. Fredo did everything he could do to get that ball. That was amazing that Fredo was able to get over there. He did not cross back over in front of Samson also.
I don't know if Fredo's going to be able to finish this match on his feet.
Wow. I like that. That was nasty.
Fredo's struggling with some cramping in his calves. Dave, I know you've struggled with that in the past.
Fredo has two calves that look like pit bulls.
Oh my goodness. Neither guy able to put the ball away.
And Fredo's starting to cramp again. And he's really laboring. And I'm sure wearing that black shirt and a hat. You don't wear a baseball cap.
I don't know why anyone would.
Out in the heat, it's one of the worst things unless it's wet. But it's holding all that heat near your head.
Oh my goodness.
Now, this isn't because of great play. That was a miss there. And
I don't think so.
Fredo is really laboring right here. And if I were tournament officials, I'd be really getting ready for anything after this match ends with Fredo.
You mean welcoming him to the finals?
No, I mean, look at him, Dave.
Oh gosh.
This isn't normal. Look, he needs to get through here. Look at him. He's, I would make, what I'm saying is just make sure that he is doing well physically, but he's about ready to pass out.
Yeah, Dave, I've experienced heat stroke several times, and it's one of the worst feelings that you can ever have, and that's why I'm worried for Fredo. It's not worth it. It's just, Dave, not worth putting your body through this. And also what the heat stroke can do to your brain. It's a very dangerous thing.
Well, I know what it's done to my brain. Well, Dave, this is a Samson Hernandez timeout, or are they just calling an injury timeout?
I thought Samson called this timeout.
Okay. But you saw when he got off the court here that the face that Fredo had when he threw his glasses down and his cap, he was like, I need to go find a place to lay down right now.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, you just
once you lay down though with this, Dave, if you do have heat stroke, you can't get back up. But maybe he just has cramps.
But look at Fredo's face here.
Well, he may be in pain from the cramps in this stretch.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with forfeiting.
I agree. But you can't tell that to a world-class competitor.
Somehow he's walking back out on the court here, and we're tied at 7, unbelievably. And it's not been because of great shot making from Alfredo Morales. It's been a couple misses from Samson, a kind of a flub hit from Alfredo and a great hit from Fredo that did it.
The point, side
Not
out.
a good shot there from Fredo, who opened the door for Samson.
8-7. The point.
And there's Fredo back again, cramping. Having a cramp is not considered an injury.
Final timeout, Alfred.
When Fredo takes these timeouts and gets a massage like he is getting, somebody needs to be pouring ice on the back of his neck, get him to cool his body temperature down just a little bit. This is the World Outdoor 3-Wall Ball Championships in Las Vegas, men's semifinals of the big ball event. And we were doing really good time-wise. Every match was lasting exactly 30 minutes. And then, bam, Dave, this one came along. And it really, between the timeouts and between the great play, a lot of side outs here, really pushing it into that 1 hour mark. And it's exactly what you would think would happen between the two or three best players in the world. You would expect it to be a tiebreaker and expect it to go long, and that's exactly what's happening here.
And there's Fredo's girlfriend, Vanessa Garcia, who's by her man's side there. I'm sure she's worried about him, Dave.
I'm worried about him.
Finally. I mean, I've been worried for the last 20 minutes.
Ball. Nine serve 7. That's another great shot. Fredo just has to let him take it 10-7. 2 points away now is Samson Hernandez. And it probably won't take long from this point forward. That's how close these two players were on that last play on that replay.
10-7. That's a point.
And this win will mean a lot to Samson, Dave.
Match point, play 7.
Oh, that's a great return, and it's in, and there's going to be a side out there. That was beautiful. should do it right there, but it doesn't. And Samson Hernandez is back in the finals of Vegas for the three-wall ball outdoor championships. Usually this is the point where he gets mobbed by his fellow handball favorites, but I think more of the attention is over there on Fredo, who is laboring. We are going to go courtside with Kara Mack as Samson Hernandez gets a much-needed bottle of water. Kara?
I know you want that water first. Thanks for talking to us. What does this one mean to you?
Well, I had to redeem myself for all those last 2 tournaments that I pretty much lost to him. So it just feels, it's a great feeling just to be able to beat somebody that beat you in the last 2 tournaments. Usually they say the third one is the one for sure that you're done. But I came up strong, and I don't know if he got injured, but I came up on top, so I feel great.
You talked to us a little bit after that quarterfinal, saying that you came in here with a little bit of fire. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, I started off fired up. You know, I started off 4-1. You know, he got into the serve, got close, and I kept the whole momentum with the fired up. You know, that's my motto. I'm always playing electrify, and it worked. You know, came up on top.
Take us through this one, because almost an hour, if not that, out in this heat. What all happened? What kind of did you take from it?
Well, you know, yesterday they had us here till 3 in the morning, so I was here playing. And as soon as I got home, I got some rest. Woke up early, had a 7:30 a.m. match, and well, it's pretty much had my protein shake in the morning, and came ready to play. Had my lunch, and I was ready. I'm ready to go. Keep going. I'm in the final now.
Good luck in the finals. Nice job. Talk to you guys.
Thank you very much, Kara Mack. She has Samson Hernandez down there talking about staying electrified and trying to live up to the hype that, well, I think he really created himself. And he goes up and nails Alfredo Morales in what I call the cramp semifinals there, as Fredo was really cramped up but still fought hard, lost in the tiebreaker, and that means Samson returns back to the finals once again in the three-wall ball Himborg Ford Outdoor Cup Series here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Stratosphere Hotel Tower Casino. And now we're going to have another one. We're going to find out who Samson Hernandez is going to play. Is it going to be Juan Santos, the #1 player in the world? Or who else could it be?
It could be Lobo Valencia, Dave,
the
guy who won in Venice Beach just a couple months ago, defeated Juan Santos there in the semifinals.
And this seems like a court that an artist drew up for Lobo. Maybe one of the Wolf Pack said, you know, this is the guy that could excel on a court like this. Well, we're going to find out next. That's coming up right around the corner for Kara Mack and Dave Fink. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll have more coverage. The upper bracket semifinals in Vegas right around the corner here on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. We'll give it to you in just a bit. Stick around on ESPN3.